Hey everybody, welcome back to the Royal Read. I am so glad to be here with you and so glad you decided to come in and see what I am reading on. But before we get started, of course, you know I have to invite everybody in. Come on in, come on in, because this is the best community on these internet streets. It just is. Now, I can say something different, but I would be lying. Listen. If you want to be a part of this community, a part of this tribe, I'll tell you what you need to do. Go down in those settings, look around, find that subscribe button, and go ahead on and subscribe. And while you're in there, hit your notification bell too, so you'll know when I upload or when I just want to pop in. And y'all give me a thumbs up to fight my nemesis, the beast, the algorithm. I'm telling you, y'all come in, y'all give the thumbs up, and I am dog walking it. I have it in a chokehold. I do. And I am so grateful to y'all. Y'all are amazing. Also, you know who else is amazing? All of the readers who decide to support the channel by watching the commercial. Y'all are doing such a great job. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I know it's not easy, so thank you. Also, in the corner over there, that's our join button. That's for channel memberships. And if you choose to become a channel member and a part of the reading club, you will be supporting the channel to grow, to improve, and to continue. And I'll be so thankful, so grateful, so over the moon appreciative to have your support. Also, if you just want to do a one-time donation, look in the other corner. You see those three little dots? Hit that and you'll see the super thanks button. And listen, all donations to the channel is always greatly appreciated. All right, y'all, we do have some shout outs. And first up is Miss Ella Gully. Ella is everything, y'all. She is always coming through, always supporting. Like I said, I don't know what I did to deserve Ella, but boy, I'm glad I did it. I am, because she is a ride or die. Always in the comments. She's just everything. So thank you, Ella. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And next up is another ride or die, and that is Yulette. Yulette is just everything. She's another one. I don't know what I did to deserve her. I don't, but boy, I am so glad she came along and she chose our community to be a part of, because she is just everything. She is always supporting, always in the comments, always there, always being down for the read. So thank you, Yulette. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And then it's Angela May. Angela May has been with me for quite a while now. And listen, never ever fails to support. Always coming through. Always being a ride or die. I mean, just always in the comments, just everything. She is the best, and that is with a period at the end. Yeah, she's the best, period. So thank you, Angela May. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. And then bringing up the rear, last but not least, is Kevin Slims. Kevin, what can I say about Kevin? He is everything. He is a ride or die. Always down with the read, always coming through supporting. I mean, so funny. He's just everything. He is the best too, with a period at the end. He is. So thank you, Kevin. Thank you for the super thanks, but most of all, thank you for being here. All right, y'all, we're going to play this and we'll talk on the other side. I want to give another quick shout out to Ella Gully, Eulette, Angela May, and Kevin Slim. Y'all are everything. Y'all are, and your support means everything. Because, like I was saying on my last podcast, sometimes it gets hard out here on these internet streets. And knowing that y'all come through, y'all support, it just means everything. And it really, really puts some wind in my sails. So thank you, thank you, thank you for the super thanks. But most of all, thank you for being here. And that goes for each and every one of y'all. Y'all are just everything. Y'all are everything to me. All right, y'all. With all that said, y'all know what time it is, and y'all know what I do when I am putting the read together. I hit these internet streets, and let me tell you, I have been on these streets, and it has been a very, very interesting day because Megan dropped her teaser for her We Love Megan holiday celebration, and it is everything. When I say it is everything, it is everything. It has me so excited, y'all. I cannot. When I saw Megan come on and then that Netflix doom 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 doom, ooh, I'm telling you, I got so hyped, and I am officially in the Christmas spirit. Yes, I am. Bring on the holly, bring on the eggnog, bring on the tree. I'm dragging it out and I'm putting some balls on it because Megan has got me hyped up. I cannot, y'all. I cannot. It is going to be so good. So we're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about Kitty Cat. Now, Kitty Cat had one of her major speeches. You know, she hadn't gave a speech in 2 years, and you know she's had, her performative cancer, the kind that they remind you in every article, in every way that they can, that she had this performative cancer. So she has not had y'all, I'm messy. Sometimes I just be too messy for my own self. but she has not had a event where she gave a speech in 2 years. Yeah, so she did that. And then also her and Will stepped out together. We're going to talk about that as well. And looks like Edward is in Nigeria. I guess Nigeria is a whole lot safer than it was when Harry and Meghan was over there because evidently they bring the safety. Now, evidently Harry and Meghan bring the crime, but they bring the safety when they go to Nigeria. But we just have a lot to talk about, y'all. But first of all, I want to put this up and talk about Megan's holiday celebration. I'm hyped. I am hyped. And when I say hype, look at this. This is some of the clips from the trailer. And if you have not watched it, go over to Megan's Instagram page and watch it. Watch it. I'm telling you, it is everything. No, I don't think it's on her page. I think it's on her on As Ever's page. I think that's where it's at. Yes, I went over there and I'm telling you, it is so cute. It is so cute. And it's just good, y'all. I'm just going to say that. It is just good. And this particular squatty that posted all these different little scenes from the trailer said this. Now, I'm feeling very Christmassy. Yes, that right there is what I'm talking about. Yes, because before this trailer came out, now I was excited about Christmas because this is the first Christmas in my new home. It's the first Christmas that I really felt like Christmas because I don't really talk about it much, but I lost my mom and she loved Christmas so much. And after she passed away, I just did not have those feelings about Christmas. I guess I attached my grief to Christmas, But now I am moving forward. I'm starting so many new adventures in my life. I have y'all that I didn't have back then. And I'm telling you, I'm feeling Christmas this year. I am feeling Christmas this year. And Megan, she is everything. She is helping me to just anticipate and just see how joyous and special this time of year is. I cannot wait, y'all. I cannot wait. And this squatty reposted Netflix, their post of the trailer. And it says, let the festivities begin with Love Megan holiday celebration arrives December the 3rd. And let me tell you, like all of Megan's trailers, it really gets you going. It does. And the squatty that reposted Netflix post said, the trailer for Princess Megan's holiday special, hashtag with love Megan holiday celebration on hashtag Netflix, December the 3rd, a gift from Her Royal Highness Princess Megan, the Duchess of Sussex. Yes, and gave it a 5-star review. Where is the lie? Where is it? And if you hadn't saw it, please go. Please go on as ever Instagram page. Watch it. Show Megan some love because let me tell you, it is worth the like. I love it. I just do. And this particular squatty reposted that same post from Netflix and said, this will be the perfect way to kick off the holiday season. Megan has a real winner with this show. Absolutely, she does. Because this trailer just makes you hype for watching the show and also hype for the holidays. And look at this, look at this. Guess who showed up on the trailer? It is our favorite prince. Yes, he is going to make an appearance in this. I cannot wait. He is going to be on With Love Megan. Y'all, I don't know what to say. It says Prince Harry and Meghan are the most loved up royal couple. I love their unabashed love for each other. Still picture credit, and then it goes on to who took the picture. But yes, look at this. Harry is going to be on With Love Megan. I cannot stand it. I'm going to have to calm down. I can't. And this is what he said. We're finally getting Prince Harry in the kitchen cooking. Hashtag with love Megan holiday special on Netflix December the 3rd. Now I'll tell you one thing. Squatties are going to absolutely support and make sure they put that date in their post because we want as much engagement as we can get. But yes, we're gonna finally get Harry in the kitchen. I cannot wait. I cannot wait. It's gonna be so cute. And look at this one. This is a screen grab from the trailer. And look at Megan. She looks so beautiful decorating this tree. And it says, I love Megan's successful Sussex. Yes, thank you for being an inspiration. Thank you for not throwing in the towel. Thank you for always teaching me when life throws lemons at me, I can make lemonade out of it. You inspire me so much. Thank you for being you, forever a stan. Yes, Megan. Megan is the queen of taking all the lemons that are thrown at her and making lemonade. Yes, and absolutely just gagging all of her haters because I know they are gagging. After this trailer dropped, they are gagging. Their guts are on the floor. Yes, because they have thrown them up because they are just dry heaving at this point. Yes, I love it. And I love this red and white on Megan. So pretty. And look at this. Guess who's going to be a guest on With Love Megan holiday celebration. It is none other than Naomi Osaka. I love her. I love her. But I'll tell you what, and it's the same thing I see a lot of other squatters are saying. Who knew Naomi was so tall? Megan looks like a child next to her. This particular squatty, this is a repost, and the original post says professional tennis star Naomi Osaka stars with love Megan holiday celebration. And the squatty that posted this, well, reposted this, said, how tall is Naomi? Look at this. Naomi is so tall. I could not believe Megan looked like a dwarf. She does beside her. Now, when you watch Naomi when she's playing tennis or even when she's giving interviews, she's sitting down. So I just always thought she was a very petite person. But no, she's not. Look what this squatty says. Google says she's 5 feet 11. Megan must be in her bare feet here, but still got Naomi looking like a giant entering the woodland cottage. That is so true. It is so true. And it looks like it's going to be a whole different setting. Speaking of the woodland cottage, it looks like it's going to be a whole different setting. Not the same house that Megan was in with season 2. I think 1 and 2. Not that house. No, it is a woodland cottage, and boy, does it look just delicious. It really does. But yes, Naomi looks like a giant coming in the door. Who knew? Who knew she was 5'11"? That is absolutely amazing. She's almost 6 feet. That's why she be dominating on the tennis court, I guess. I'm telling you, very surprising. And I'm going to put this up. And this is a dress that Megan wore in another video she did about Thanksgiving. She's doing the turkey and everything like that. And she's wearing this dress. And this particular squatty reposted what Megan wore. And it tells you everything about the dress. And it says holiday show. Well, this other squatty posted about this dress. And guess what? Is sold out already. Megan absolutely keeps doing the doggone thing. It is a Miriam slip dress in burgundy and it's $297 and it's sold out. It looks like it was not quite half price, but they definitely took a whole chunk off. I'm thinking it was maybe about 35% off. But yes, look at it. And it's so beautiful. Megan dressed it up and it's really, really pretty. It is just so amazing to me that Megan puts something on her body and it sells out. She touches something, it sells out. Megan sells out. And y'all know I have to compare Kitty Cat to it. While Megan is selling out, Kitty Cat just absolutely put people out of business. Because y'all, it was a big story not long ago that it is a slew of fashion brands that Kitty has worn has gone out of business. I mean, she can't keep anybody in business. And that includes her favorite brand, Alexander McQueen. They are laying off a slew of people because they're just not selling anything. Now, to be fair, a lot of the luxury brands are taking a hit. I saw an article about that as well. And that is what makes it so just amazing that even though luxury brands are taking a hit in this recession and this economy, Megan keeps selling it out even though what she's wearing is very upscale and pricey, people still continue to buy it. Not so much with the future Queen Diamonds of Rock. No, absolutely not. She will run a brand into the ground. Y'all remember, what was that brand all of them was wearing over there? And I think it was called Vampire's Wife. Correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. But that whole line of dresses was hideous to me. All of them was wearing them. I think Sophie, Beatrice, and of course Kitty Cat, who was the leader, who was the one who was really, really going for it. And every time you turn around, she had one of those hideous dresses on. Well, that thing crashed and burned. I'm telling you, Vampire's wife crashed and burned and never has been heard of since. Kitty Cat did not have any pull in the fashion world. She does not. She has no kind of influence. She did not have enough to keep this hideous brand afloat. She did. And I can understand it because Kitty has no style. She borrows her style from the Queen to Diana to Meghan. I mean, she has nothing of her own. And when you're like that, when you don't have a set style, how can you save a fashion brand? Because you are off to the next one. I have never saw anything like it before in my life. She absolutely dresses like everybody except herself because she doesn't have a sense of self. She doesn't. She takes on other people's persona. She steals their fashion style. She is a soul snatcher. She is. She's an empty vessel that takes on other people's personalities. Nothing but a soul snatcher. I'm just saying. And speaking of soul snatching and persona stealing, look at this. Here she is with her made up project and her made up summit. Yes, that Kensington Palace has put together to center her, to have her take on Meghan's persona. When before Meghan came along, you ever saw Kitty trying to be a businesswoman? When? When did you ever see Kitty wear a business suit, a power suit? And now you can't get her out of them. I mean, it is crazy to me that they feel that they can sell us on this Kitty. This Kitty right here that's supposed to be smart, capable, articulate, and someone who would actually be invited to a summit that wasn't made up for her. Yes, they are trying to sell us on this, but I digress, y'all. So, People magazine wrote about this made up farce. I mean, this pantomime, this play, this her I would say she is more of an actress than Meghan is. She should get her SAG card because this is nothing but performative nonsense. People magazine says this: Kate Middleton delivers first speech since her cancer diagnosis at London event for next stage in kids mission. Yes, but they didn't report on the fact that this was a made up event, a made up summit to highlight Kitty, to sell the public on this new Kitty, this Megan like Kitty. Yes, they want to just take on all of Megan's personality and try to pour it into Kitty. But we all know that Kitty can't pull it off. She can't. She cannot pull off Megan because she doesn't have any substance. She is not a woman of substance like Megan. So what happens is she comes off as disingenuous. She comes off as subpar and mediocre. She is just doing the bare minimal because the bare minimal is all she has to give. And that's exactly what this speech was like. It was the bare minimal. I'm telling you, I listened to it, but it was hard. It was really, really difficult because it absolutely was really hard to follow along. I mean, it had no rhyme nor reason. It absolutely didn't have a theme that you could absolutely follow from beginning to the end. She was just rambling. I mean, it was just crazy. This woman has access to every speech maker, I'm sure, in Great Britain. I don't know who wrote this speech, but I know she didn't write it. Whoever it was should be fired immediately. Now, her delivery was terrible, but if you just listen to the words, they were terrible too. Because, like I said, you never could figure out what she was trying to tell you. It was so confusing to me, and evidently it was confusing to a lot of people. But yes, here Kitty is faking, smiling that crooked smile of hers, and absolutely trying to blow smoke up our skirts. I'm just saying. Now, I'm going to put this up, and this is from a royalist. I don't think that they are a deranger. I think they're just a monarchist, and they are one of Kate's biggest fans because, as you can see, they got a picture of her as their profile pic, and they named themselves Her Royal Highness Catherine. So it's either her or somebody who really, really can find some kind of substance to like in Kate, which is mind boggling to me, but I digress. And she says, when Catherine arrives. Now, I don't know if she actually looked at the picture that she posted because it's really not a flex. As you can see, it is more cameras there than it is people. People are just kind of just going on about their business. And as you can see, most people have professional cameras in their hand. So, the barrier pole still is not looking too good for Kate, to the point where they didn't even bother to put any out. But who cares? Because at the fact that all of the people who are out here on the streets are press. But this particular squatter came up under this royalist post and said, "There's nobody there except press." Where is the lie? But we all know she probably got mad about that, because one thing you can get one of Kate's fans mad about, and that is telling the truth about Kate. If you tell the truth about Kate, they don't have nothing but smoke for you. They can't handle the truth. They cannot. I love it though. I love that us squatties, we still bring the truth every single time. Because look at this picture. Where is this squatty lying? Where is she lying? It's nothing there but the press. And this particular squatty reposted Not My King's post, and Not My King said, no flags, no crowd barriers. Just like I said, they don't even bother to put them out anymore. That barrier pole has them terrified. So they don't even put them out anymore. But I digress. It says no flags, no crowd barriers, no cheers, no waves. People walk on by. People in the business district are underwhelmed. Why wouldn't they be? Why wouldn't they not be underwhelmed? Because this is Kitty pantomiming that she is a business person. I mean, it is so ridiculous that these people from Kensington Palace, this so called PR team, feel like they can pull off gaslighting people like this, as if no one has been watching Kitty for the past 20 years. I mean, it is crazy to me. It is crazy to me that these people think that people will believe this nonsense. But it goes on to say they have turned away before she goes inside. Yes, why? Why is she there? I bet that is the big question on the street. They just whisper, why is she here? What is she doing here? What is she doing here? Because everybody knows she's not doing any business. I mean, set up this whole thing, put it down in the business district, and had Kitty do a speech. cannot with these people. But the squatty that reposted Not My King said, by the way, the event and location was announced days in advance. The photographers and police outnumbered the public. Well, why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they? Because everybody knows that Kitty. I mean, come on now. You can absolutely dress her up in a suit, give her a speech someone else wrote, and put her behind a podium, but that still does not make her a woman of substance. I mean, it makes her a performer, it makes her a fake, a fraud, and they don't care. They just want to try to make her into Megan. Everything that Megan is, they want Kitty to be. And Kitty continues to fall flat every time. And this particular squatty posted Not My King too and said, where are the thousands of Twitter bots? I mean, users who are so fast to comment when you post about her. There's literally 10 people, and the rest is journalists and photographers. The monarchy is on life support, but still taking millions from the taxpayer. Where is the lie? Where is it? I mean, they cannot draw flies. And it's not just Kitty. It's Charles. It's the horse. It's Willie. It's all of them. And don't even bring up Edward and Sophie. They cannot even draw their own attention. They don't pay each other any attention, much less the public pay them some. I mean, it's on life support. It continues to circle the drain. And I just love it for them. And I'm going to put this up. This is from Not My King as well. And it looks like Not My King has critiqued Kitty's speech. And this is what Not My King says. She's getting better. 26 seconds. Checks her notes only 15 times to welcome 15 times to welcome people. So in 26 seconds, she checked her notes 15 times. That is like, what is that like? So every other second, she was checking her notes. I'm telling you, if mediocrity was a person, it would be Kitty. I mean, how can you stand up there and check your notes 15 times in 26 seconds? And she was just absolutely playing with her hands. She was trying not to have jazz hands. She had to hold her hands down. I'm telling you, jazz hands, they wanted to come out, but she was holding them. She was wrenching them. She was absolutely doing everything she could to keep them under control. It was something to see. It really was. I mean, she's under a lot of pressure because when Megan came on the scene, she absolutely set the bar really, really high. And Kitty is used to it being really, really low. And now here she is trying to measure up, and it's not going so good for her. It's not. And all of that hair piled on her head, it just did not go good for Kitty. It did not. And I'm telling you, the squatties had zero mercy. They did. They came for Kitty. I mean, in every way imaginable. The squad was there to come for Kitty. You know, they just opened a can of worms when they came out and, pretty much said that it was Phil's day on Megan. They did not anticipate the pushback, the blowback, and it has been just epic. Today, it really has been taken to another level because, like I said, the squad came for Kitty. They absolutely got Kitty and drug her up and down them streets, those internet streets. They did. And they had zero sympathy, zero mercy. And it was something to see. I was dragging a little bit, I must admit. And this is a repost. The original post says this. They met in 2001, started dating in 2002, and was married in 2011. This means hashtag Kate Middleton has been in the royal family for more than 2 decades. And below is what you get from her after 2 decades. That speech. That's what you get after 20 years. You get her checking her notes 15 times in 26 seconds. That's what you get. And you get that crooked smile. I'm t- I cannot. And the squatty that reposted this said, hashtag Kate Middleton obviously had this speech written for her. She can't even do a good morning and basic intro without referring back to her speech, and it only went downhill from there. Exactly. She couldn't say good morning. She said good. She checked her notes. And then she said morning. Y'all, I cannot. The messiness is just too much. And I'm gonna put this up. Now, some squatters are saying that she made up several words. I know they said she made up at least 2 words in this speech. Words that are not in a dictionary. Words that absolutely nobody knows the meaning of. And one of them was per ability, pervility. I mean, come on. This is what he says. What does balance of team pervility means? Is this a new raw word? I mean, she absolutely did not. I mean, it was as if she was reading it for the first time. Because if she wasn't reading it for the first time, wouldn't she know what that word was? I tell you what, we don't know what it was. Because she made sure of that with that, what is it, pervertibility? I'm telling you, it is something. Never heard of it, and I hope I never hear of it again. Again, I hope I never hear that word again. And I'm going to put this up. This is an example of what Squatties was up to today. I mean, they had no limitations. If you absolutely said anything, they absolutely brought nothing but the smoke. Look at this. This Squatty even had smoke for Restore Britain. Restore Britain made this post. They said, if you can't speak English, you shouldn't be living in England. Foreign nationals who refuse to learn our language should be deported. And a squatty had the audacity and nothing but the smoke so much for Kate. They went under they went under a post for Restore Britain and said this. So where's Kate gonna go? Y'all, I cannot. You can't do nothing with squatties today. I'm telling you, especially over there on X, formerly known as Twitter. I'm telling you, this is why I love the squatties on X, formerly known as Twitter, because they are petty AF. They are messy AF, and they don't give a flying you know what. They don't. And and when they are dragging, nobody is safe. Not even Restore Britain. Yeah, I love it so much. I do. And I'm going to put this up, and this is a repost, and the original post says this. Please stop repeating words like nurturing relationships, love to flourish, mother nature, etc. to the point of oversaturation. In 14 years as a royal, you couldn't learn to speak clearly, so please stop teaching others how children should be raised. And buy a handkerchief. This squatter said Kate's nose was running. She wiped her nose on her hand. Nothing but smoke. Nothing but smoke. And this particular squatter reposted that and said, well said. Doesn't take the kids to see their very ill grandpa. And who is she to copy someone else's work anyway? Now, this doesn't sound like a squatty. This actually sounds like somebody who just don't like Kate. I'm telling you. But yeah, everybody has smoke for her today, even the people who just didn't like her. They're not squatties, but they just don't like her. Her preaching to them and wiping her nose on her hand. And I'm going to put this up because this is my favorite comment. It is. This is my favorite comment that brought smoke to Kitty. And this squatty said, the day the one who hates her real name delivered her practice speech that was written for her, first one in 2 years, the internet suffered a outage. And then then the squatter said, won't he do it? Y'all, I cannot take this much messiness. The squatties was on their mess today. Talk about won't he do it? because it knocked the internet out. Nobody was checking for Kate on the internet anyway, but this squatty is just too funny. Talk about won't he do it? I cannot. I can't. And y'all, look at this. This is what Tom Thumbhead Sykes wrote about Kate's speech and all of that performative nonsense that she was up to today. He wrote this article, and the title of the article is, I think we just got a tantalizing glimpse of Queen Catherine. I kid you not. And then he said, the Princess of Wales' confidence meme suggests to me that she knows exactly what moment she is stepping into. Yes, she does. She knows what moment she's stepping into, the one that she has schemed all her life to be. I mean, and now that she's there, it is laid bare how mediocre she is. That it was nothing but the honeypot that got her where she's at. And it is absolutely embarrassing. It is so pathetic. I am embarrassed that this is going to be the queen of the United Kingdom, but I couldn't be no more embarrassed than the present queen. I could be no more embarrassed for the United Kingdom than I am about the present queen. I mean, it is ridiculous. They trying to build this up, and it is not anything to build on. Because when Queen Elizabeth II died, that position, I have said it all the time, the whole time, it really took a hit. And Camilla just brought it all the way down to the ground. And now somehow Kate is supposed to be stepping into the moment. Get out of here. Get out of here. Did we see the same speech? And this squatty that posted this nonsense said, gag me with a effing fork. Yes, because please, I'm telling you, Tom Thumbhead Sykes, he act like he's trying to get back in the good graces of Kensington Palace because he went renegade there for a minute. He was writing all kind of negative articles and telling the truth. We were like, what's going on with Tom Thumbhead Sykes? Well, he is back in line. Willie has gotten him back in line and he's back to talking and posting all of this nonsense and what he want to call an article, because this right here is nothing but smoke and mirrors. Everybody know that Kitty was not ready for the moment. She's never been ready for the moment. She doesn't even know how to spell moment probably. But this is what he is trying to gaslight the people into believing. It is pathetic. That's all I can say. And I'm going to put this up. Look like Kitty and Willie was out and about. The Telegraph is writing about it, and it says the Princess of Wales brought a touch of regal glamour to the Royal Variety performance by wearing green velvet on Wednesday night. Yes, she is on the green. And that dress, it kind of looks like another dress we just saw in green, huh? I'm going to put this up. And this particular squatty said, "Oh, look, Kate is wearing green." Shocker, shocker that she would wear the same color that Megan wore in her promotional poster for With Love Megan. And it is on the same kind of, vibe as this dress Megan has on. I mean, they do nothing but copy. And then they want to say Harry and Megan, everything they do is wrong. If it's so wrong, why are they using them as the blueprint? It makes no sense. Here she is wearing the same color green. I mean, no imagination, no originality. These people, their intent is to take over Harry and Meghan's persona. I keep saying it and I will continue to say it because it's so obvious to me. It really is. What are the odds she would show up in the same colored dress? Well, it's no odds because if you've been watching, you would have predicted it. This is who these people are. No original thoughts. I mean, between all of those folks in Kensington Palace, they don't ever have an original thought. Their only thought is to copy Harry and Meghan's, their complete existence. It's crazy to me. And here's a better look of the dress. Now, look at Kitty. This particular squatty said everyone knows, but no one will say anything. Look at Kitty. She is completely anorexic. I'm going to say it out loud. Yes, she has an eating disorder. You can't tell me no different. Her head is bigger than her body. Tell me I'm lying. Look at the picture. Her head does not match her body anymore. I mean, I know she has a lot of hair on her head, but still, look at her face. I mean, it's something going on with Kitty, and people are starting to talk. I'm just saying. And here's some of the comments that squatties have made about that picture. This squatty said, "No one will say anything now. When the natural consequences really start to play out, they will claim that everyone knew and that everyone was secretly trying to get her help." What is it with being the Princess of Wales make you, have an eating disorder? Because it's clearly something going on here with Kitty. And this other squatty said, "For the young girls and women who see this, please understand that this is not aspirational and never ever should be." Exactly, exactly. And then this next squatty said, "How can they? They call it perfect until one day it's just, nah, y'all." This squatter right here is messy. Let me read it again. It says, "How can they say they call it perfect until one day it would just be clothes and a head walking?" None of this is funny, but I cannot with squatties. Not it would just be clothes walking. And no, what does this squatty say? It would just be clothes and a head walking. Woo, I cannot. And then this other squatty said, "I'm at the point where it's clear that they don't care, so I am not going to either." And continue to drag. This squatty said the media helps her edit her photos to make her skin and hair look good. then flash it to the world and call it stunning while she wastes away in front of them. I'm telling you, it's pretty bad. It's really pretty bad. I'm just saying. And look at her on this picture. Look at her hand. Look at her body. She is wasting away to nothing. And this squatty said, I'm sorry, but her body looks deformed. I'm scared for her. She needs to eat. Look at how tiny look how tiny that suit is, and look at her head and her hands. Exactly. Her head does not fit her body anymore. It says her hands look bigger than her body. I'm telling you, it does. It does. And I'm going to post this picture. Look at this. Look how this suit is fitting her. It's a tiny suit, but look at it. It is hanging on her. And look at her rear end. It is nothing. I am absolutely convinced what this squatty is saying is absolutely true. They see it, but they're not saying anything about it. How can you see this and not say anything? How is William not saying anything? This is his wife. He has access to her body. He should know that she is wasting away. What is he doing? What is he doing? And I really think that it has a lot to do with the stress that is being put on her to be better, to level up, to compare to Megan. And that was not what she bargained for when she came into that family. Because if it was, it wouldn't be 20 years that has passed and she has done nothing. This is all since Megan came into the picture. And it's all performative. And I believe it is stressing her out. Her and William has not looked good since Harry and Megan left that place. I don't know. I don't know what is going on with them two. Neither one. You know, at one point, William was swaying back and forth just like he was a palm tree in a hurricane. I mean, he could not get his sea legs. We called him Prince Sway Sway. And look at her. I don't see how she managed to go on. How can you go on with no food? I mean, I would have no energy. That might be the reason why she doesn't want to work, because she doesn't have the energy to work. I mean, it's unreal. Look at her neck, her chin, and that fit of the pants. I'm just saying, y'all tell me what y'all think, but I think she's in deep, deep trouble. And my hope and prayer, even though I don't like Kitty, I don't, but I hate to see anybody go through something like this. This is ridiculous. Look at her pants. They are lapping under her. That means she has no meat on her butt. I'm just saying. But of course, no, absolutely no sympathy. None when it comes to the squatties. No sympathy whatsoever, because we all know they have no sympathy for Megan, and some squatties absolutely have no sympathy for Kate. Look what this squatty put up. I cannot. And had the nerve to say hashtag if you know, you know. What can we do with them? What can we do with these squatties over there on X, formerly known as Twitter? I know what I'm going to do with them. I'm going to go over there and join them, because I love their level of pettiness and all of their messiness. So, yes. But I think this one maybe went a little too far. What y'all think? Do you think this squatty went a little too far? Let me know in the comments. I don't know. And I'm going to put this up. And this is one of those things, it's a song. I think they say it's a problem when I do it, but it's okay when they do it, or it's okay when they do it, but it's a problem when I do it. It goes one way or the other one. But this is exactly that. It's okay when they do it, but it's a problem when Harry and Meghan does it. Edward is in Nigeria, and the UK in Nigeria made this announcement and said, We are delighted to welcome His Royal Highness Prince Edward, the Duke of Edinburgh, at Royal Family to Nigeria. His visit celebrates Nigeria's vibrant youth, rich cultural diversity, and the global impact of the Duke of Edinburgh's award as it nears its 70th year anniversary. Yes. So Edward is in Nigeria, and it seems, all is well. I mean, no articles about how dangerous it is, no articles about how, it's one of the most dangerous nations in Africa. I mean, none of that. This particular squad, they reposted it and said this. Didn't they claim that Nigeria was too dangerous when Meghan and Harry visited? Poor Edward. They don't even give a damn about your life waiting in selective British media, and royalist outrage equals nada. Exactly. Where's the outrage? Where is it? Where is the selective outrage? I mean, nothing. And Edward is over there having a good time. Nigeria is no more dangerous than any other country. But yet and still, when Harry and Meghan went, oh my goodness, it's as if they should needed snipers on the roof. I mean, just nonsense. And this is a perfect example of their nonsense. All right, y'all, this is some juicy tea. All right, get ready, get your teacups ready because this is some juicy tea. Now, this is what Chris Ship is reporting. And this is about the 81-year-old grandmother that was ran over by Sophie's motorcade. And when I said allegedly, I mean allegedly because people are starting to talk, people are starting to whisper that it maybe wasn't Sophie in that motorcade. I kid you not. Now, this is what Chris Ship posted. He said, why did the Duchess of Edinburgh have to go back for tea at Windsor at 60 miles per hour and cause a death? The brother of Helen Holland, who is the lady who was hit and killed by the police outrider escorting Sophie through London, says he doesn't understand why her convoy was traveling at such a speed. Crazy. Now, let's go under this. And this particular squatty said there's always been allegations from this incident this incident happening that in fact it wasn't Sophie in the motorcade. It was a senior royal member, which makes sense to me because why would Sophie be rushing to get to Windsor? Now, when I heard all of this about Miss Holland being killed and all, I didn't get all the details that, the motorcade was rushing to Windsor. I thought she was rushing to an engagement. But no, it said that the motorcade was rushing to Windsor. And it goes on and says, but that will never come to light. R.I.P. Helen, your family will never receive justice because the royals, and that goes with it all above the law. Truly sad. What y'all think? Y'all think it was William or Kate or somebody in that motorcade and they're trying to cover it up? Because y'all know I reported maybe 2 podcasts back that Miss Holland, nobody's going to be charged in her death. The person who ran over her, he was on a motorcycle and he was leading this motorcade and he is not going to be charged. It is dead in the water. It is absolutely not going to be any kind of justice for this family. And her brother is out here talking, and other people are talking too. I'm going to put this up. And this says, why did Duchess of Edinburgh have to go back to tea at Windsor at 60 miles per hour and cause a death? The brother of Helen Holland killed by a police outrider escorting Sophie through London, said he doesn't understand why the envoy was traveling at such a speed. Crazy. I don't understand it, he told. Yes, now they are asking the right question. That question right there. Why was it speeding and why was it heading to Windsor? Where does Sophie live? I don't think she lives in Windsor. Why would she be speeding to tea in Windsor? It makes no sense. And why are you speeding at 60 miles an hour in the streets of London, a heavily populated city? Why would you be doing that? It just all makes no sense. But this squatty that posted this said, but Megan, yes, they'll cook up some stories to try to cover up for this because it is something going on here. Y'all know where they say it's smoke, it's fire. And I believe it's some fire here because the smoke is absolutely choking. It is. It has me gagging. I never even thought of this. Y'all tell me what y'all think. All right, one last thing. I want y'all to know that Megan has a coupon, free shipping over there on As Ever on all the wine. It says free shipping on all As Ever wine orders just in time for Thanksgiving. Oh, yes, please. And as you can see, there's the code. It's free ship. And go right on over to asever.com and get your wine for free shipping. If you're running low, this is the time to get it. All right, y'all. I will see y'all next time. Bye.